Hello and welcome back to White Knuckle Rants, the series where I play White Knuckle while ranting about up to 10 topics, and the video ends if I either die or finish talking. Up to 4 user-suggested topics will be allowed each video. Just comment it and I'll pick the ones I like. Today's shoutout is Golden Pumpkin 04 for commenting that they got me on their recommended and they want to see more. Thanks. If you want a shout out just like this, then comment literally anything below related to the video and I'll pin it for another video's shout out. Alright, so we've got another good topic suggestion from Canopsia. Trust, I'm trying to get the money for Signalis or something like that so I can talk about it. Let's go back to Endless Abyss, you know, the roots. Here we go. So, the user suggested topic. Oh, and the reason I'm not doing the other topic is because, like, it actually was about my music process. I thought it was just my artistic process, like, for everything, it was just my music. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have much more to say. Other than just, you know, my writing mostly comes from fanfic. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So, negativity and how it's basically kind of on the rise. And I've noticed this too. Everywhere online, ever since I think 2020, we've been on a steady decline. And I think part of that is with growing up and part of that is with, like, well, I say growing up, I don't know how old Canopsia is, but I mean, like, getting older generally just opens, like, it not opens your eyes, I want to say, but shows you how negative people can actually be. Like, for example, I think, like, a lot of the political space, I think a lot of, like, the political space has gone from just, you know, here's how I think the world should work, to I am going to kill the libs or something like that. Like, the fact that we even have those little shortcut names for them is kind of upsetting. Like, you forget that there is a people, you know, that there are people behind those faces, right? You forget that there are families, lives, behind thoughts and ideas. And, like, if I were ever to go into politics, which I wouldn't, honestly, I'd rather die in a hole because of how it is right now. If I was going to, I'd rather it just be, hey, can you tell me why you think this? I don't want you to know what I think. I want to know what you think and why. Like, at this point, oh gosh, darn it, face. At this point, it is honestly much safer to hide yourself. Why did I do that? Holy. Wow, I almost just sold. It is much safer to hide yourself than to show yourself. And I think that we as human beings are kind of moving backwards in that way. So Canopsia was more focused on, like, the negativity with, like, 2027 will be my year is a phrase I've been hearing. And we barely started 2026. And I think the reason for that is because of how negative the 2020s have been. Back in, what was it? Okay, that did not go as far as I thought it would. Back in, like, the 1920s, it was the Roaring 20s, an age of, like, what is it called? An age of, what am I thinking for? An age of, like, revolution, not revolution, fuck. Renaissance, an age of Renaissance, across America. I mean, sure, there was a lot of crime, but there was also a lot of new arts, music, and generally better things were coming from the Roaring 20s back then. We even had trans people. That's crazy. I didn't really realize that until, like, 2 years ago, that queer history is called history for a reason. But, like, it's insane to think that 100 years ago, people were happy for another year. Now, on New Year's, I'm seeing people with parlay bets, with, you know, suicidal ideations, and various other conditions that I don't think are a coincidence. I'm not saying to reject modernity here, but I'm saying that there is clearly a way that we are moving that isn't really compatible with anyone. Wow, I'm very risky today. So what I think specifically is happening is negativity gets attention, right? And when you only see red, why would you think there's any blue? So I don't know who said that one. I know that's like a famous quote, or maybe it's not so famous. Maybe that's more niche. But it refers to like the psychology behind everything is going horrible. Like, usually you don't say that unless everything is going horrible, right? So why does everybody think that everything is going horrible when, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, 2025 wasn't a terrible year for me. It was bad, yes, but it wasn't completely horrible. I know that politics-wise, I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening. I'm not going to comment much on that because I don't want to talk about that. But, like, I know that politics influences the media a lot. People don't just joke about Erica Kirk celebrating her husband's death for nothing. I believe that's very political because, like, she's not celebrating her husband's death. It's the events that she goes to, which are political events. And honestly, I choose to believe that she is celebrating. Like, what the fuck? But basically, everything seems like it's going to shit. And everything sounds like it's going to shit. But not everything is. Like, think about the hyperbolic statement I just made there. Everything. What does that encompass in your mind? What do you think of when you hear everything, right? No! Oh my god, I almost just sold because I held shift tab again. I keep doing this. But yeah. Okay, that's reloaded. Thank goodness for the translocator. Saved this run. So what I basically mean is, like, everything seems like it's going to shit, but it's not everything. The media, when I say that, I mostly mean social media. And as I said, negativity gets clicks. It gets people to look. We want to look for negative things, things to hate, things to look at. So if you're looking for negative stuff and you only see red, why the hell would you even think there's anything positive? I can't name anything positive that happened in 2025, but I know that logically something good had to have happened. I can name something positive in 2021. That was the James Webb telescope being launched, a very important tool in science. That's positive no matter who you are. I didn't feel confident making that jump without the translocator. Oh god damn it, please don't lock onto me. Actually, wait. Please do, because I'm gonna do the jump. Oh, never mind. Is she gonna be in the way? Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's very negative when it's this constant echo chamber of we need more negativity and everything sucks, nothing ever happens, the whole world's going to shit. 2027 will be my year. 2026 gonna be terrible. 2025, 2024, Can you slow down? Can you look around you for one goddamn second? The earth is still breathing. You're still breathing. Maybe it's time to look at your hands and go, what can I do with this? I can't move a mountain. I can't secure $1 million. But what can I do with what I have? What can I do now? And what isn't happening? I mean, sure, you're mostly focused on what is happening. But think about it. Think about it right now. What isn't happening that you want to see? Because I guarantee you that if you literally just look up, you'll see that you could be dead wrong in a positive way. For example, I thought that global warming was, you know, like ending the fucking world. I thought, you know, humans are going to destroy everything. I literally said this in Deadline, or not Deadlines. I said this in The Human Body is a Masterpiece. Deadlines is still a critique of the human condition, but what I mean to say is that I thought the world was ending, and that's what I chose to believe. And so when I heard this, I felt negative. I felt scared. I felt angry at something that isn't there. I didn't look up. I looked down. I looked away. Oh! Okay. So I think the reason that there's so much negativity is because as humans, we're inclined to believe more of that. We've been through history, we've been through hell, we've been through the shitty 20s, as I call it. I honestly don't know what the official name's gonna be, but if it's not that, I'd be disappointed as fuck. But we survived. And honestly, I have no reason to believe that 2026 will be like the rest of the year, because in statistics, anything could be wrong. A 2% chance is 2%, it's not 0. I should have died many times throughout this run. Seriously, I did so many risky things. But sometimes that's a valuable risk to take. And sometimes it's not even a risk. Shit can be a guarantee. And you won't know it until you try. So I'm saying the best solution to negativity, to seeing all of this and being like, man, the world's a horrible fucking place, is to literally just go ahead and look at yourself for once. Look at what you can do. Think about it. I was struggling with the EP, I was struggling with Yellow, I have all of these unreleased singles, and it's caving in on me, so what do? I stop. I look at my hands, and I go, what do? I sing. Well, I can't do much of that. I make YouTube videos. So I thought about it for a few seconds, and then I remembered alt channels can exist. So while yes, I will be going back to my main channel, it didn't need to be the end of the world. It never has to. And I'm quite frankly believing that the world will never end the way we think it does, because for that to happen, millions of things would not only need to go wrong, but other things would need to go right. And I'm probably going to be a skeleton when the nukes drop. So right now, the world isn't ending. Your eyes aren't closing. Your heart hasn't stopped. You're still breathing. What can you do about that? You know? What can you do right now? What can you do that doesn't involve the wider world, that isn't terrible? A good thing. Sorry that was very like call to action-y. I see like negativity, and I see some people promising like hope through getting a girlfriend or something, but I just believe in hope through self-love. And what I perceive as self-love is just caring to your interests. Doing all of that. Be a weeaboo. Go get into cosplay. Make YouTube videos. Whatever it is, your guilty pleasure, indulge in that. You don't have to tell anybody, but just do something. Something that involves yourself. Because ever since I started White Knuckle Rants, and I know it's only been like 2 weeks, my mental health has improved greatly. I don't see that as coincidence. Ever since I started something that I really wanted to do, instead of just being stuck up on this sucks, I need to change this, the world is ending, maybe if you just slow down. And now I'm not saying to do something harmful like drugs. I'm not saying to indulge in, you know, something that could get you hurt. I mean something good. Something good for you, for somebody else, for yourself, something that you've wanted to do in a while, because you don't need to deserve it. We as humans, we don't deserve anything, but at the same time, doesn't that make it worth everything if we do things we think we deserve? I think it's what makes us human. The fact that we don't deserve much, but that we think anybody deserves anything. That deserving is a way of life. Even though, in reality, it really isn't. Nobody can deserve anything when deserving isn't much more than a state of mind, a state of belief of what is right and wrong and who should be where. When honestly, I think the best place to be is now. Oh, not there, not where I was just at. Okay, but yeah, that's what I think. The place is negative because nobody looks up, nobody tries to see the good in things, and nobody looks towards themselves. Towards themselves, even. And I'm gonna be honest, I've never heard the name of anybody online. Never heard the name of a person who was negative. And I don't mean that as like, oh, they didn't tell me their name. I mean that as like, I have never seen somebody like, you know, well respected and well liked who is negative. I'm gonna be honest. That means something. You mean something to me. I don't know who you are, but the fact that you're watching this video, it means a lot. It's a positive thing that you're doing for me, even if you don't realize it. And not because I want fame or money, but because it makes me know that this is worth doing. That people want to see this, and that makes me happy. And honestly, I think the only true path to enlightenment is happiness in yourself and making other people happy. And that might be why so many people get stuck up on, oh, you need a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Like, no, you don't. That's not the only thing that can make you happy. Nobody ever needs a partner to be happy. I was happy before I met Key, and I'm happy with him. Can make you happy, but this shouldn't be the only thing that ends up being toxic. So thank you, Kenopsia. That was a very deep, like, introspective on that. Oh, and also the Instagram reels with like the Deftones. So, okay, before I finish the topic, little side tangent. I think that's purely just reactionary. Like, of course, people look for negativity and there's macabre interest. But I think that's more just for the pure novelty of that. Like with gore content and stuff like that, it's mostly just because there's an audience, because there are people who are going to look at this. Somewhere like Instagram Reels, it's a social media. What do people want on social media? Sometimes views, sometimes money. I don't know if there is a monetization program on Instagram Reels, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm going to be completely honest, most of the people posting that shit are doing it just for that. Then there's also the purpose of, like, you know, trying to make a funny out of it. Like, haha, you know, I was able to post this on Instagram Reels. Let's hope this doesn't get taken down. And that's a more innocent idea. But like, that part, it does feel negativity, but it is not like a byproduct in of itself of negativity. I think it is quite literally a cause rather than that. So yeah, how to stop those, I don't really know. Mostly just don't interact with it. the less views they get, the less they'll fester and breed, if you will. I don't know. Those are very, like, strange ways to describe that. Okay, so now that that's done, oh my fucking god. Yeah, Moist Critical. I finally get to revisit this topic after not finishing it for 3 videos now. So I mentioned briefly I replicate his style by not editing these videos and just having my raw unfiltered reaction. And I honestly love that from Moist Critical. I think it is how he succeeds. Because, like, sure, people like his personality, which, I mean, he's described himself as an unenthusiastic hand job. Or, well, the sound of his voice. But also, he's very, like, funny in, a lot of what he does. I know he uses crude humor, intentionally so, but it is still funny to hear what he has to say on some of the stuff that he does say, especially when it comes to entitled people and certain situations. Okay, I thought she was coming for me. That was like a waiter bringing the food right past your table. I thought I was about to do a bait, which I don't even have the translocator. Okay. Oh, smart. Actually, this might be the best. I used to say that the glove was the best. I think the translocator might. I mean, yes, it is just a worse, like, blink eye. But a blink eye is still a blink eye. Fuck. Okay. Oh, it's on. Woo! Oh, fuck. You're kidding me. Oh, shit. All right. Yeah, so Moist Critical, I replicate his style. I think that sort of deadpan voice is why most people, you know, listen to him, and he's sort of authentic in that way, and he is genuinely funny with, like, some of the satirical stuff that he says about people specifically. I think I got a lot of that people sucks energy from him. Yeah, especially when it comes to, like, entitled people, but also just generally, like, lighthearted situations. I think in a world full of raging, nothing ever happens and the world is gonna die type of people, Moist Critical is just the child with crayons. Like, he's just the little, oh yeah, this guy's funny. Wow, I didn't even need the blink, the translocator. Can you get over? Work a blood bug. When I catch you, work a blood bug. That was smart as shit. I just saved myself like 50 seconds. Not 60 seconds the game, but 50 seconds. Yeah, so I really like his content, and I'm very inspired by him in this format, but I kind of do overplay it a little bit, like, oh, that almost failed, because I didn't hold on for long enough. It has like an activation time. Oh, yeah. You know, I'm not really even using the flare gun that much anyways. No, I'm not gonna drop it. I'm too much of a coward. So, yeah, I really like Moist Critical, and I think I do like replicate some of his style through this. And I just thought that was like an interesting comparison. Okay, Pyrocynical. Yes, the funny hair guy. Now, it's ironic seeing where he is compared to where he was, because originally he was one of those edgy types that I would have just, you know, brushed off immediately. But, he's become more, like, mature, if you will. And he's actually very self-aware in a lot of his jokes. And I think that's what I like a lot about him. I did mention that 8-hour video, where he goes over fear and hunger. And in that, his comedy is kind of self-aware. Where like he literally like mocks the intro of the game for being so fucking difficult in like a modern way. And he does mock his audience for being like very, you know, sort of inattentive brain rot. But like it's also funny that he does that as like a double-edged sword sort of thing, where he will put that little like commission sculpture, if you will, in the video. I don't know if that was his editor's choice. Actually, if that was his editor's choice, then damn, you're a good editor. But basically, like he's sort of self-aware about the inflation jokes. And he kind of just leans into it. And I know that's mostly for views, because le YouTuber, le views. I even take that le joke from him, because I really like it so much. Because it's just saying fucking nothing. Le thing, le object is le, you know? Like, that's fucking nothing in a sentence, and it's so fucking funny. But I like his content a lot, and I don't think I emulate him a lot when I make my videos. But I do think he's kind of like he's kind of like the what would it be, the wayfarer of YouTube, you know? You kind of just see him once every now and then, and you go, oh yeah, that guy knows what he's talking about. It's really interesting, because like I was thinking about this for a while, the idea of like a YouTube top 10 like of the past 10 years, and I think Pyrocynical has to be somewhere up there, despite being somewhat of a more recent icon. Oh, I finally did the jump. I don't know if I said that earlier. I probably did, because I remember saying that in a video. But yeah. Wow, I thought I had more horizontal speed there. Wow! Fuck! I tried. You saw that. You saw that. I tried that. I think Pyrocynical is like pretty good. That topic's finished up pretty much. So we're starting fresh next video for once. Yeah. I love you all. Mr. Dododo out.